Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Hutchinson City Council meeting for Tuesday, August 12th, 2025. We'll call the meeting to order. Approve the council agenda. Any agenda additions or corrections?
Mayor and Council, we have one addition for you. We'd ask that you add it as item 11.5. It's the satisfaction of a mortgage.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Motion by Tim, second by Chad to approve the agenda with the addition. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Both say nay. Motion carries. Invocation. We'll just have a moment of silence, please. Next is Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Recognition of gifts, donations, and community service to the city. Does anybody have anything tonight? Citizens addressing the council, just please come forward, state your name and address for the record. Approval of minutes. We have the strategic planning session of July 22nd, 2025, and the regular meeting minutes of July 22nd, 2025.
Make a motion to approve both those sets of minutes.
Second.
Motion by Chad, second by Dave to approve those minutes as presented. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Say nay. Motion carries. Consent agenda will be done with one motion unless somebody pulls something off for discussion. A is board appointments or reappointments. We have Heidi King to the Bicycle Pedestrian Advisory Committee to August of 2028. Mark Hanneman to the Bicycle Pedestrian Advisory Committee to August of 2028. Deb Card to the Bicycle Pedestrian Advisory Committee to August of 2028. Margot Caping to the Price Advisory Board to August of 2028. And Liz Stearns to the Price Advisory Board to August of 2028. B is approval of construction service agreement with Neo Engineering as a solid improvement project. C is approval of engineering services agreement with SEH, that's the planning proposal. D is approval of hangar repair project. E is approval of repairs for the aquatic center. F is approval of squad car purchase. G is approval of resolution number 15892, resolution approving the decertification of tax increment financing district 4-20 of the city of Hutchinson. And H is claims appropriation and contract payments, register A. Anything anybody wants pulled off?
Motion to approve consent agenda 1.
Second.
Motion by Pat, second by Dave to approve the consent agenda as presented. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
People say nay. Motion carries. Consent agenda 2, Chad has a check on there for his business, so he'll be abstaining from the vote.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion by Tim, second by Pat to approve register B. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
So say nay. Motion carries. We'll skip down to new business. We have resolution number 15891, resolution accepting bid and awarding contract for Roberts Park Complex Lighting Project.
Mayor and Council, first off, we have to apologize. We forgot to include the resolution, include all the other information in the packet, but we did hand out a copy of that resolution on your desk tonight, and I'll hand it over to Lynn to explain the project, so.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Included in your packet this evening is a resolution to accept the bids and award the contracts for the Roberts Park Lighting Project. We bidded out the equipment and installation separately, and we had hired Sports Lighting Authority to help us through this process. The equipment quotes were opened on June 25th, and the installation quotes were opened on July 24th, both receiving favorable bids for both materials and installation. 2 bids were received for materials, one from Musco Lighting and the other one from Ephesus. And the material low bid came in at $467,900. And then we received 3 different installation bids, with Starry Electric being the low bid for $106,885, for a total for materials and installation of $574,785. Which is well below our original estimate, which was $765,000, which was on the low end of what they were estimating. So really favorable numbers for both materials and equipment for that project. I should note this has been identified as a project of need for multiple years, and it was placed on the facility plan, a part of the capital projects, and it has been vetted through the facility committee as well. So we're asking tonight to award the bids and sign contracts for this project. And then the completion would be spring of 2026. And then, go ahead.
Lynn, so the 2 bids, Kilmer or whatever, and the Design Electric were pretty close. And then the Starry seems too good to be true to come in.
Was substantially lower.
Yeah, 120,000. I mean,
Correct.
Is there something missing from them, or, I mean,
We got
makes me a little nervous.
No, absolutely. We got the bids back, and Sports Lighting Authority contacted them after the bid opening and did all the cross-checking with them, made sure that everything still stood by their estimate or their bid, and they were still good with it. And I will note that Starry Electric was actually the same company that did the installation at VMF when we did the project out there. So we worked with them. That was a really great project. We had a good success with that company, but they did confirm that they were standing by their number.
I have to contact them from some house.
Yeah, they were great to work with, so we were excited that they were the low bid for this project as well.
That was my only question.
Good question.
And Lynn, correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't both contractors the same ones that did work at VMF?
Yes, yep. Musco is our lighting system at BMF, and then Starry is the one who did the installation. And Musco is a really good system that works well with our reservation software as well too. It integrates right into our scheduling software that we currently have, and then it's also can be controlled via a website, so you can turn them on and off without having to be on site, which is a really nice feature as well too. Which, yeah, you can control it from not being there, which is a big improvement from what we currently have.
This was in the CIP, wasn't it? I mean, for this year,
We've had it in there for
quite a while.
10 years.
For a long time. It kept getting pushed back for, I think we
Various
pushed it back when
reasons.
we did the aquatic center. And
I don't remember it not being in there.
Identified for a long time. And I will say this summer, every summer we've gone, when we've turned lights on, we've had less and less lights working with our current system that we have. It's original to the complex. And then also we've had some calls from patrons that play sports and activities out there with some concerns that how much lighting we've lost, especially this year. So we do have some safety concerns out there as well. So this is a really good time for this project to happen. And then I will note too, it is used for more than just softball and baseball out there. We utilize it for other programs as well. Soccer, flag football, tackle football. Roberts Park is our #1 most heavily utilized park when it comes to youth sports and adult leagues as well too.
When was it built?
Ooh,
We had a co-rec softball team there from Scalawags in 1981.
there you go.
So,
A long time ago. I'm not exactly sure.
right in there,
Yeah.
yeah.
Watch out, Pat, she'll say.
I'm looking at
Yeah.
looking at the senior members of the council to know when, 'cause I'm sure before Lynn and I were here.
See?
Yep.
There's some things we're useful for.
They had gladiators back then.
Yeah. Well, metal bats haven't been invented, I can tell you that.
Well, I would make a motion to approve the project.
Second.
That was you, Pat?
Yeah.
Thanks. Motion by Chad, second by Pat to approve the project. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lynn. Setting strategic planning session for August 26th, 2025.
Council, we talked about this actually after our last strategic planning session of a desire to kind of meet again to continue our discussion. So we're actually looking at a pretty long meeting on the 26th, I think it is, yeah. So, I mean, but it's been a while since we've had some long ones, but we're planning to have a workshop, which will be just before our CIP workshop, which is the next item on your agenda. And so actually, I think those two actually fit in pretty well in regards to our strategic planning and our CIP workshop. But we'd ask that the council consider really setting both the strategic planning and the budget workshop. We can do the strategic session first, I guess, so on the 26th.
3 o'clock?
3 o'clock, so.
3
At 3 o'clock on the 26th, so.
I don't know where you guys were today, but I was here. Melissa, I gotta have you forward. Motion to approve setting both strategic planning and the second workshop, budget workshop.
All right, that would be the 26th.
Yep.
Yeah, and then
September
September 9th. So we'll approve both of them.
That's fine, yeah, so.
Second.
Motion by Pat, second by Tim to set both those planning meetings. One for strategic planning and the other one is for CPI, you said?
CPI, yeah. And then your preliminary budget of the 9th, you're actually setting three workshops.
Okay, all right.
But just so we're clear, the strategic planning one's at 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock, yeah.
And then the time on the other two are,
4 o'clock, so.
yeah. Sounds good.
All right, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. All right, we have mortgage satisfaction.
I'll hand it over to Mark to explain the action that's in front of you.
Thanks, Matt. Yeah, just a really quick housekeeping item here. So back in 1996, the EDA gave a loan to JME Incorporated, which was the name of Impressions before it was Impressions. And Impressions gave the city a mortgage in exchange for getting that loan. Impressions did everything to fulfill its obligations under the loan, but for some unknown reason, the city did not file a satisfaction of the mortgage indicating that the mortgage was completed. So we got contacted a couple of weeks ago from an attorney representing Impressions, just wanting us to sign off on this mortgage satisfaction. I did confirm with Miles that all of the obligations of the loan were completed, and so it would be proper that we do sign off on this mortgage satisfaction so that any title questions about the property could be resolved. So I'd ask that you approve it.
So, just a quick question on that. So would the documents that they didn't, would they be presented or are we just going on?
Should be on your desk, so.
Okay.
There's a satisfaction agreement there, so.
Okay. That's what I was at. Does that fulfill that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Maybe I should have worded that differently.
Motion to approve mortgage satisfaction for JME Incorporated.
I'll second.
Motion by Pat, second by Chad to approve the mortgage satisfaction document. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Nay. Motion carries.
Thanks.
Thanks, Mark. We have, City of Hutchinson financial report and investment reports for June of 2025. Chief Gickerson, since we kind of had a little discussion before, maybe all you guys can tag team this. Mike and Lynn had a discussion about it. We had a discussion about powered skateboards, more or less. Which
Based on what I saw, like, and I'm seeing more frequently, like last week, it's really stuck out. The little motorized scooters, I'm not talking e-bikes, I'm talking motorized scooters, and the kids flying down Main Street. I mean, I sound like an old curmudgeon, but it was an accident looking to happen, and as soon as one of those kids gets smoked, then they're gonna come to us and go, why'd you let that, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what the rules or regulations are on that.
So it's a little confusing. I'll step back here a little bit. The motorized foot scooter has a different statute than an e-bike or motorized skateboard, for that matter. And, because if you recall, a few years ago, the little foot scooters with the little chainsaw or weed whip motors on them became a real issue. So the state legislature took action on those. But really what they call them is a motorized foot scooter. So an electric motorized foot scooter falls under that statute.
Under the gasoline one?
Well, because it doesn't specify the type, it doesn't say internal
says
combustion
motorized.
motor, it just says motorized foot scooter. So I guess in my opinion, they would fall under that. And the minimum age requirement for a motorized foot scooter is 12. So, and then for an e-bike, it's 15, I believe. So it's probably gonna take some legislative action to maybe merge those two together, because you don't really see the internal combustion ones around anymore.
Oh.
But you do see a lot of the
There's tons of them, and they
yeah.
absolutely don't obey any type of.
Where are they legally allowed to be?
Not on sidewalks, but on any trail where a bicycle can be, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Or on the roadway.
You know, one thing, and I've noticed this actually quite a bit, I think people forget Main Street, technically, there's not supposed to be any biking or rollerblading or skateboarding on it. And I see adults. I actually see everybody of all ages.
In the right of way or just on the sidewalk?
On the
On the sidewalk.
On the sidewalk.
That's a city ordinance.
Yeah.
When they did the Highway 15 project or Main Street project, most of those signs came down. I would advocate them going back up.
Is that a state thing or local? We can do that.
That was we did that. That was I think a city ordinance that was done
For the
before my
downtown
time.
district.
Yeah.
So we have the signs, is what you're saying? Maybe.
I kind of doubt that any longer. It would require the purchase of new signs and having them installed and that type of thing. But normally speaking, I think there was on each end of Main Street, on both sides of the street, there were signs, and then probably midway there were also signs.
There might still. Yeah, I don't remember.
And so at least when we would stop somebody, you could at least point to the sign, hey, and hopefully some people were actually paying attention to the signs as well. I think there is one still, I don't recall exactly where it is, but it's kind of off of Main Street, so it's not really visible for somebody that's actually on the sidewalk.
You just see, those things are so popular. I mean, the little razors or whatever you want to
Yeah.
call them.
Cheap
It's really
transportation.
stuck out because these kids are actually kind of having a game of weaving everyone. I'd be doing that if I was that age. But I'm not that age anymore,
Yeah.
and I just think I'm like hitting someone coming out of the store. I'm worried more about they blast through and just get smoked out in the road. That's,
Yeah, I can appreciate your concern. I think we all think the same thing.
So it's maybe just enforcing it more, which is a pain for you guys, but.
Yes, that would be one of the issues at hand, would be the enforcement by the police and also by parents would help. And I mean, if you are giving me that direction, we'll make a more concerted effort to make sure that we're spending more time downtown. But if we're going to do that, then like I said, I would advocate getting signs back up as well.
I think the biggest area where I see it is like down by Fifth Avenue, where there's no lights or crosswalk, or there's a crosswalk, but they'll just fly across there, and I see a new crosswalk was put south of there now on Sixth, I think. And, we're just stopping traffic.
I guess I see not even so much young kids, but I see kids, adult kids.
Young adults.
Whatever, young,
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah.
You know, that's their mode of transportation, I
Yep.
get that, but.
I mean, I know, and I'll say this, and there's been plenty of news reports, I think it's a statewide, probably a nationwide issue with just, and I think people forget because we see the same problem even with bikes. And I saw it the other day when I was driving. They're all supposed to follow the same rules of the road as everybody else, and a lot of times that's not happening, so.
And quite to the contrary, actually, they're trying to loosen the rules for bicyclists so they don't have to obey all the same rules as a motorist, which
It's true, that's happened this last session,
ridiculous
so.
as well. But,
Because the Idaho stop is legal now, correct?
yeah.
What's the Idaho style?
You can roll a stop sign on a bicycle, there's nobody else at the intersection, correct?
That's my understanding.
Yeah, they've had that in law here forever.
No.
What I mean is nobody's ever stopped at a stop sign.
Yeah.
I'm 67 and I've seen it maybe once.
In practice, but it was like legally just like 2 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's good to know though, I had no idea. I shouldn't have yelled at that dad and his kid last night.
But I think years ago, and maybe it changed, when you were on a bicycle and you came to a crosswalk, if you weren't on the street, you followed the road sign, so it was stop and you stopped, or if you were on a bicycle, you got off the bicycle and
Yeah,
walked.
and walk, now we are dating ourselves, but I do remember that.
Yeah. We also used to have the conversation, if you were on your bicycle in a crosswalk, you are not a pedestrian.
Unless you get
Because
off your
you're supposed to
bicycle.
be obeying the same rules as a motorist. Now that's changed. If you are in a crosswalk on a bicycle, you have to be treated like a pedestrian.
When did that change?
I think at the same time.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Good info.
Yeah, I knew that changed, but like I said, they just ride, come right across the crosswalk like it's,
So I know it's a conversation we've had frequently here, and I mean, I don't know if it's more of a public awareness campaign. We've talked about, potentially, does the council want to set speed limits for trails and sidewalks, and that becomes a whole other issue for.
In the metro that exists, like in
Yep.
Minneapolis.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody follows it, but it's,
There.
That's a suggestion, I guess.
Minneapolis, I think it's 10 miles an hour, which is a little low. Like, I think 15 would be better.
Well, it's maybe something to consider just legally down the road when something bad does happen, or, you hate to say that, but.
well, Chad, are you on the bicycle committee?
I'm not.
No, I was just gonna kind of.
I think it would be good to refer it to them to.
Well,
Pat's on it, so.
Lynn's gonna talk about, thanks, chief.
Thank you.
Mike and I both sit on the Bike and Pedestrian Committee along with other city staff members and Pat. And we did bring it up at our last meeting. It's something we're going to explore closer as well. And then also, along with the school district, there was some policy changes. And there was some stuff noted in the schools policies about kids riding e-bikes and e-scooters to schools. So I think it's one of the things that as we update our safe routes to school plan as well too this year, that will probably be a discussion, and both myself and Mike and Tom sit on that committee as well too. So I think there's going to be lots more discussion about it and lots more research, and as we figure out what the direction we want to go.
There's a bike pedestrian meeting second week or third week in September, I think.
Correct.
Third.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Lynn, were you thinking about maybe some signage on the trails about speed limits and stuff too? Like what?
It's something we could
talking about?
consider,
I don't
and
have a speed limit right now.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Was there
Yeah.
discussion about putting signage up or speed limits up on the trails.
Yeah, currently that, we don't have that, and we didn't discuss that, but as we kind of go into the discussion, that's something we can bring up and see if that would be advisable.
Yeah, that most likely would take an ordinance from the council when it comes to, speed limits and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
like I said, I think it's something that can be at least explored, so.
Yep.
So we'll keep you updated as we go through and as we have that discussion with the Bike and Pedestrian Committee.
Anything else for Lynn?
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Can I note a couple things?
Oh, yeah.
Are you done? Were you done, Tom? Updates? You take it back to you, but I just wanted to note that the Aquatic Center does close for normal hours for the season this Saturday. And then we are going to continue to stay open for morning fitness time and lap swim, which would be Monday through Friday, 5:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. And then we are currently trying to get some lifeguards to stick around and open up for some bonus days for the Aquatic Center. So the public can check our Facebook page and we will post those on there if we can be open. Some of the things that might look a little different would be timeframes that we're open based off of staffing availability. And the other thing we may have to do is limit capacity if we can find enough lifeguards to keep the patrons safe. So all of those will be posted via our Facebook page if we're able to do that. And then I just want to thank the Kiwanis group. Today they kind of did a park rededication at Kiwanis Park, and they had the slip and slide going for all the improvements that were done to that park. And they opened it up to the public from 1 to 3 p.m. and kids were able to slip and slide down the hill. I know Chad and his kids were there, and we had a really good turnout with over 100 kids, and it's a great thing for the community today. And so just thank you to Kiwanis.
Yeah, it was a great event that they had. A ton of happy kids. So, a lot of cautious kids at first, and then they rip it the second and third time.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Lynn.
Thank you.
Mike, you got anything for us?
A couple things. In the spirit of Bike Ped too, I'll mention, and the chief is right, we do have one sign downtown. I did make note though that we'll look to add back. But the one sign I believe right now is kind of by the post office, 3rd Avenue, that end of Main Street. So we'll look to add those back strategically enough. A couple other things I want to mention real quick. Hassan and Stony Point and the various street segments finished up yesterday with paving. Striping got done today. They have a very small punch list, so for all intents and purposes, that project's wrapped up. Dale, hopefully not too far behind. They're hoping to finish concrete work this week and then start prepping for paving next week with the first base course going and then finish it the following. So right up until the end. So, and that's if the weather cooperates, but we're getting close on it. But Hassan is finished up at this point. So.
Say, Mike, do you want to address, I know Tim and I have talked about striping some of the other streets, 5th Avenue.
Yeah, a few folks have asked, not only with the fair this week, state baseball the next few weekends, and was scheduled, weeks ago already, but right now scheduled next week. So is when it's scheduled. Outside vendor, all of our local smaller striping projects done by local vendors have been done for weeks. Usually gets done in 2 phases. This is a different firm. They do all of our long line, and so yeah, we're looking at next week, middle of the week.
And some of that has just been delayed because of
weather,
the rain.
Yeah, yeah, it was scheduled over 3 weeks ago. Should have been done. So
Be nice to get 5th before the baseball tournament.
Yeah, that's where we're hoping. But and I gave him a heads up. It's probably not going to be done for this week, and hoping that'll be done for next weekend. So
yeah, that's the hoping after the fair. Yeah. So.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Mike. Mark, you got anything for us?
Nothing else tonight.
Matt, what do you have for us tonight?
we just this did get pushed out on social media, but our chicken ordinance, chicken regulations are up and running. We've got the educational piece, so people can obtain license from the cities now, or from the city now. We have issued one to date, but everything is good to go in regards to if there are individuals in the community who would like to get backyard chickens. We do have the process in place and up and running now to get a license for that. And then obviously just a reminder for the workshops before our next council meeting. Otherwise, that's it for me.
All right, thanks. Pat, let's start with you.
I had no committee meetings between the last one and this, so nothing to update there. That's it. I enjoy the weather.
All right, Chad?
I just wanted to thank the Kiwanis for putting on the event today. My little guy had a great time. There's a lot of happy kids down there, and congrats to the Huskies and the Brown Bruins for qualifying for their state tournament that they're hosting. So that'll add a fun dynamic having the host team being there. So,
Winco did too.
oh,
I know you don't want to mention them, but
I didn't want to mention that, but
Sorry.
congrats to Glencoe as well.
That hurt. Oh, well. Tammy?
Matt mentions the chicken. There are no roosters, just so people realize that, because one was found running in town. Don't know where it came from, but
There's actually many running around.
Heard it was the prettiest chicken that the guy had ever seen.
there's not supposed to be roosters in town.
there's not supposed to be roosters in town.
Yes.
I think we're
So we clarified that. As for the tournament this weekend, as the baseball, the Huskies did make the state tournament, so they'll be playing, and that'll be great to have the hometown guys playing in the state tournament when they're hosting it. Just an update on the Stroll for Hope. They were somewhere around $80,000 they brought in, and that money will stay in McLeod County for helping people with cancer, with hotels or food or those kind of things. They have a grant at Hutchinson Health, which is a great thing for our community and for our county. And that's what I have. Thank you.
Dave?
I have nothing tonight.
Nothing? Alrighty. Towers to Tunnels is coming in tomorrow. 1 o'clock's line, or 2 o'clock is actually but 1:30 is supposed to line up, right? I guess. So, they're going to kind of go down Main Street and stuff. Is that right? I don't know the collect route. Yeah, why don't you talk? Good. I should have asked you before. Sorry.
Yeah, the police department, fire department are providing an escort for the display semi that's coming into town. So it'll be on the east side of Highway 7. It'll be leaving at 2 o'clock from Technology Drive. We'll come to Highway 15 or Main Street, southbound on Main Street all the way to Airport Road, and then in the south entrance to the fairgrounds. My understanding there will be a short dedication ceremony Thursday morning, and then after that it'll be open to the public.
Is it there for the duration, Tom? For the
Yes.
Yes, for the entire duration of the fair.
What time does the parade start?
It's not a parade.
Not a parade.
It is an escort. But 2 o'clock, they're leaving
2
from
o'clock,
Technology
okay.
Drive, yeah. So
Yeah.
I would say by 2:02, we'll be heading down Main Street probably.
Yeah. All right.
Okay?
That won't be on time.
Thanks. Yeah, the fair's going on, so.
starts tomorrow or Thursday?
Thursday, yeah, Thursday, and free admission, so, go and take it in. Get out there and, take the tour, the display that's out there for the Towers to Tunnels. It's supposed to be impressive, so, hope we get out there and take that in. Otherwise, let's go home, enjoy the
To
weather.
adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Pat, second by Chad to adjourn. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries.